Great. So a little bit about the basic organization of the Learning Collaboratives in the Columbia River Gorge. We host the Learning Collaboratives in 2 different locations. Within the MARC grant, our efforts span 3 counties, Hood River, Wasco, and Sherman counties. We have a meeting once per month in Hood River County, and then we have a meeting once per month in Wasco County. Each meeting is a little bit different in length based on the availability of folks in the area. So 1.25 to 1.5 hours is what we look at for our time together. In each of the meetings, they have the same focus topic each month. So if we were to talk about social learning in the Hood River County meeting, one month we would talk about the same topic in the Dalles that month as well. Our meetings, the preparation structure is relatively simple. We utilize the same agenda format for each of the meetings, and there's always an information packet that's prepared beforehand that is around the focus topic. And then we also provide active facilitation, and currently that's my role as a project director. Our agendas they consist of a community meeting, which is an aspect of the sanctuary model. It helps us to take the temperature of the room and helps to create a sense of community and safe space for people to engage. Then we spend about half the time just having open conversation around our focus topic for the day, asking folks to share what their experience has been, what their understanding is, some things that they'd like to learn more about it. And then we also talk about the topic in action. So now that we've had, some shared discussion around it, what does it look like to practice it? How has it been trying to implement it in a workplace setting, and what works and what hasn't? And ideally, the ability to practice or engage with a short clip or an interactive worksheet. From the admin side of things, the demand for preparation in these learning collaboratives is to prepare all of the documents, so the information packet and the agendas, to have a recurrent meeting invite sent out to those folks that would like to attend, and to, for us, find a space that the community can donate to use as a meeting, as our MARC grant doesn't have a designated space with which we work in. Jasmin, you want to take it over?
Sure. So there are a lot of similarities between our learning collaboratives and the Claire's learning collaboratives. We let our group decide how often they wanted to meet. So at the end of our first 3-day training, one of the questions that we asked everyone was how often and for how long we wanted to meet as a group. And then another question was also what topics are important, and what topics did the members of the collaborative want to focus on throughout this process. And I forgot to say, so the length of our learning collaborative is 12 months, and so September to September of this year. The group decided that they wanted to meet every other month in person, and currently we've been meeting at in our chamber boardroom. We have space and the ability to use that. The chamber's been really great about lending us and donating space to us when we need rooms and locations to meet. However, we did open that up for everyone in the room if they wanted to host one of the meetings at one of their locations. Because we have 14 organizations and teams that are participating, the numbers can get pretty large for our in-person meetings, and so it's a little bit of a challenge to find a space that can accommodate room for everyone who comes. The length of our learning collaboratives are 2 hours, and again, that was decided by the members of the collaborative. They thought it was really important to come together in person, and one of the things that we make sure to do at the beginning of our time is to kind of share knowledge outside of our community meetings, and that's been really beneficial for everyone. Like I said, we have different topics each time that we're proposed by the members of the collaborative. Our structure is very similar to Columbia River Gorge. We have an agenda, we have information packet each time that's handed out, and then we have Marcia will either facilitate or will bring in someone else to talk on a topic. So, for example, we had our last learning collaborative on Tuesday of this week, and we brought in one of the ladies in our community who runs an organization called Turning Point, and she has a resiliency model, and she does resiliency trainings, and so she was able to come in and talk about the facets of resiliency and share her knowledge with everyone, and it was nice to have someone else come in and share what they know. We start each meeting with a community meeting, and like I said, because we can have larger numbers at our meetings, we try to separate that up into smaller groups and do a little bit more personal community meetings in that regard. And we make sure to kind of switch it up. So if one organization was with another organization in a community meeting, we'll rotate so everyone kind of gets a feel for everyone who's in the room and what organization they're with, and that's been really great to see. We do an update from our last topic, and all of the teams have created action plans that they want to work on this year, and so that's an opportunity for everyone to kind of refresh and update and to share any exciting things that are going on within their organizations. And then we get into the topic for the day and discuss that. As far as administration goes, Marcia Morgan and I are the ones who organize and help facilitate and send out meeting reminders and requests for our meetings. They're on a recurring basis every other month, the same day each month as well. And then, like I said, as far as space goes, we've been very fortunate to have a donated space that can accommodate everyone at these meetings.